All right, what is going on, people? Thank you for coming back and checking out my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Today I'm going to do a review of Epic, Elvis Presley in concert. Now, I think several months ago, 5, 6 months ago, I put out a video kind of, uh, I would say it's fair to say I was criticizing what I was seeing in these trailers leading up to this, what people were talking about when it was first shown at the film festival, Toronto Film Festival. And I was skeptical about what performances they were choosing to put in there versus, because of what was released versus what was unreleased. And then the more I had thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go see it. I initially wasn't gonna go see it because I wanted to see it in IMAX. I don't have an IMAX theater close to me, so that kind of took the wind out of my sails because I wanted to see it in the biggest screen I could and the best sound system. Because when I had sat down and said I really want to see it, I was looking for IMAX. I actually called a kind of a more rinky-dink theater, and they were showing it, and that's what I did last night. So I guess last night was kind of the opening night for the movie for non IMAX theaters. So, and the theater had an Elvis statue outside. The owner of this theater really likes Elvis, so I believe that he probably went out of his way to get it shown there. But anyway, enough rambling. So I made a list of things that I would like to talk about. Um, the movie starts, and um, he says, a lot of things have been said about me and my side of the story, but you've never heard what I've had to say. And then it just starts, right? And the movie kind of goes off of what he's saying. So, during the movie, when he would talk about, um, like some TV stuff, it would show TV stuff. When it would talk about gospel music, it would show him singing gospel music. So that's kind of the template that they used. Now, in my specific theater, I couldn't hardly hear the interview parts. Um, that's probably just this theater, this theater sound system not being um, good when it comes to more quieter stuff. Because when the music played, it was unbelievable. But yeah, so you get the interview tape from because mainly when the contents of that tape is really talking about the 50s and 60s. It's not really talking about current day stuff. So when it gets to the 70s, they're really relying on um, stuff like the Houston press conference, the Madison Square Garden press conference. So I thought that was a really good idea. When it gets released on home video and I watch it with my headphones, I'll be able to hear what he's saying a lot more. Maybe that'll carry some more, I don't know, it's emotional weight if you're hearing what he's saying. But yeah, I couldn't hear what he was saying. That's probably just my theater. Because a woman in there did say that she's seen it in IMAX and that she was able to hear that crystal clear in the IMAX one. This one, not so much. Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about is the picture quality. The picture quality, people, is unbelievable. I was blown away from the second that this thing started. The home footage, the on tour stuff, that's the way it is stuff. The clips from the movies like Charo and Edge of Reality that has not gotten like a Blu-ray or 4K release, to have those clips of those movies, like to kind of get a feel of what those movies could be, unbelievable. Especially Charo. There's like a 5 or 6, 7 second clip of Charo that I'm like, oh my god, could you imagine having like owning that movie on Blu-ray or 4K in that quality? Unbelievable. Um, yeah, it was just amazing to watch all of this kind of previously unrestored material just look so phenomenal. It literally blew me away. It was just unbelievable. I took my mom with me. She's kind of she likes some Elvis things. She some other things she don't. Um, she really liked this, especially the gospel stuff. You know, oh happy day, how great thou art. Um, the the gospel rehearsals from the on tour stuff, unbelievable, very moving. Um, yeah, the sound. Okay, so the sound um, when the music was playing was just unbelievable. It sounded like you were there. Um, I don't know. I don't know what exactly they did to the audience sound, like to bring that up as much as they did. But like every time Elvis did something funny in this, every joke that he cracked, you could hear the audience like really good, like and I that's stuff I've never heard before. Um, so that was really interesting. Um, yeah, the songs in here that have not been kind of messed with a lot, these were the best they had ever sounded. Like Tiger Man. Tiger Man sounded unbelievable. When he came out and did That's All Right Mama, that sounded unbelievable. So the picture and sound is just 10 out of 10. Just cannot be beaten. Um, the restoration of the audio and the picture is just, there can't be enough said. So here's my first con that I wrote down, and these were the performances that were chosen. So I kind of, I had realized months back that, we're probably not going to get a lot of like really rare stuff. Like we're not going to get a lot from him in the red suit. We're not probably going to get an unreleased song. We're probably not going to get an unreleased performance. We're probably not going to get anything like that's going to be shocking. But um, the highlights that I did write down was, Runaway from July 1970, Nearer My God to Thee from the on tour rehearsals. Um, that was a surprise, even though it was. I want to say that only lasted like maybe 15 seconds, maybe. So that's kind of the theme here. The stuff that was chosen that's never been seen before, or that's like fully unreleased, that like even bootleggers didn't touch, is only like 20 seconds or less on each one. Um, like the Hampton Roads Never Been to Spain. Um, I thought that was going to be from like start to finish. It wasn't. That was chopped up. Um, Parts of American Trilogy and parts of Bridge Over Troubled Water was nice to see from Hampton Roads. But there's no doubt about it, in my opinion, that my favorite portion in this movie was Little Sister Get Back. Um, that was unbelievable to watch in a theater. The footage looked unbelievable. The sound was great. Um, you do get some portions of Are You Lonesome Tonight and Love Me from that. I don't, if I can remember right, I don't think I was the one was touched at all on that. Um, yeah, the I wrote down that so I was hearing that people were getting emotional, um, like a little bit, like halfway into the movie, a little bit before. I didn't see anything emotional. The only emotional stuff that I watched was him doing like the gospel stuff. Um, I think it was I think it was a mistake to release that clip of him doing Always on My Mind and showing those home movies, um, because I saw that online and that was an official clip too. So once I saw that, I'm like, well, I seen it in the theater. didn't hit me hard at all. Um, yeah. So and I also wrote down, so this whole time I was in the theater, I was kind of waiting for like a big surprise. I was waiting for something to like really shock me and surprise me, like, oh my God, they found this, or oh my God, they found that, or this was filmed, or anything of that sort. In that moment, never did come. So all I can say about this is its biggest positive is that it's the real Elvis, and it's the real Elvis singing, and all the performances, even though I would say probably 90% of this stuff has been seen one way or another by people, even though that's all been released, is um, great performances. And it was unbelievable to see this quality of the picture and the sound. Um, I wrote down the word remixes. Um, I don't think. I think the only ones that were really like tampered with was like In the Ghetto and Always on My Mind. Um, yeah, whoever did In the Ghetto, they butchered that. Same with Always on My Mind. It's you know you've got the most talented musicians on that stage. There's no reason to really redo In the Ghetto and Always on My Mind. I don't know what they were doing there. Um, yeah, Tiger Man didn't sound like it was hampered with. Um, Polk Salad Annie was kind of a unique deal where they go from August 10th opening night to August 7th rehearsal, and then you see some from either the 14th or the 15th. I can't remember. But that was really cool. And then when he says that's all they had to eat, it cut to him as a baby, a picture of him as a baby with his parents. That was really cool. I have to admit that was nice. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think. Um, all the on tour stuff sounded normal. It didn't sound like those were tampered with at all. A little bit of "Are You Lonesome Tonight" sounded funny when he was doing the talking part, but yeah, I would give this about an 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely worth a watch. I imagine that if I got to see this in IMAX, I would probably score it higher. Um, yeah, I'm hoping for like a director's cut disc when the Blu-ray comes out, um, because man, if they kind of do like a This Is Elvis type thing where they add like 45 minutes of extra footage, that would be incredible. Um, but yeah, I'm happy that I saw it. I'm happy that people all over the place are loving it. It seems like this is like the highest rated piece of Elvis media, video wise. I think like Rotten Tomatoes has it like above 95. The audience score is 99. Um, yeah, so I cannot wait for the home release of this. Hopefully they do a bonus disc, like a director's cut disc, or they just add 45 minutes to the regular Blu-ray, whatever they decide to do. Um, I will say one thing: it just leaves you wanting more. That's all there is to it. It just leaves you, it leaves you wanting like these shows in this quality. I can't say enough about the picture quality. Picture quality is just unbelievable through the whole movie. Even the television appearances, the home video stuff, Super 8 of him on stage. It don't matter everything in this movie looks top tier. Even that like first clip of him singing in that blue shirt kind of looked like a outside show or something. That looked unbelievable. That was crystal clear. Um, and I have that footage elsewhere. It looks like crap. But man, yeah, enough can't be said about the picture quality, and the sound when the music came on. Um, the ending of the movie, it says, Elvis did this many shows. He never got to tour outside of North America. Um, there's a weird poem played that was like really out of place. Um, and then the credits rolled. Then you kind of see him walk through the hallways. Um, yeah. Then you like this change of reality song played, and then Suspicious Minds played. Yeah. Like I said, overall 8.5 out of 10. So let me know what you thought of Elvis Presley in concert in the comments. Like I said, I'm glad I got to see it. I went in with the exact right amount of expectations. Nothing really disappointed me because I knew what this was going to be going in. And yeah, seeing Elvis on the big screen was unbelievable. I actually met another guy that was going there, and we were talking outside about um, this type of stuff. He was, obviously, I think a fellow collector, and yeah, after it was over, he seemed like he really enjoyed it, so that's great. I'm just glad people are enjoying it. I'm glad this movie is doing really good. It seems like it's doing phenomenal, actually. So, once again, thank you all for watching, commenting, and subscribing. It means the world to me. Whatever day you wind up watching this, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.